say welcome. We are here again today. We want to learn something again about the poor people versus the rich. What are the two major things that the poor people do that the rich don't? If you can understand these two things and isolate yourself from those two things, then you are going to start to become rich. Because those two things, they differentiate majorly the poor from the rich. So what are they? Number one, the poor waste their time. How do they waste their time? Because God has given us equal time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. How you spend your time will determine your outcome, whether you become poor or you become rich. Time is a resource. That's why we call it time management. How do you spend your day from the morning to the evening? The poor waste their time on things that don't matter to their wealth creation. The rich spend their time on things that will matter towards their wealth creation. What are the things that most waste the time of the poor people? Number one, they spend their time watching TV or listening to the radio. Most of the poor people, they spend a lot of time on watching TV, watching news, watching movies, watching documentaries that don't add up to their life. They spend hours and hours. On an average, they spend about 4 to 7 hours a day watching something that is not beneficial to them, but they call it entertainment, and they are addicted. Some programs that people watch, if they fail to watch once, they get sick. Watching football is a terrible addiction to the poor people. What is the rich? What are the rich doing during that time? They are reading books. They are increasing their financial and wealth knowledge. They are trying to understand where they can invest. They are watching videos and channels of this kind, like mine today, that is adding value to their lives. They are reading books every week. How many books do you read a week? Which kind of book do you read a week? Someone said, show me your library. Allow me to enter your house and see the kind of books you read, and I will tell you who you will become. So the poor, they waste their time on TV. Secondly, they waste their time on phone, mobile phones. They are Facebooking, they are WhatsApping, they are on Instagram, making nothing but just wasting their time, feeling good, chatting with the people they don't know, people they will never meet, people who will never add any value to their life. So they spend on an average of 4 to 5 hours clicking on their phones every day, precious time that could have been spent somewhere else to help them grow. But now they spend it on phone. They are not making money. They see a rich man on phone. They also say, we also have a phone. So they go on clicking. Number 3, how they waste their time. They waste their time on friends. company, people who don't have a vision, people who come together to gossip, to talk of other people's money, to talk of other people's success, to talk of other people's issues. They sit, they laugh, they waste hours and hours every day. Someone has 10, 15 friends who are doing nothing in life. And so the only thing that they do is to come together and spend time talking to one another, chatting and laughing, ha ha ha, about nothing, and making sure that time is passing by fast. The rich, they value time because they know that any person with a vision, if you give him time, he will produce wealth. Because wealth equals to time plus a vision. If you give a person with a vision time, you will see wealth. So can you start to use your time properly? Make sure that you spend hours every day to build your knowledge base, your knowledge over the issues of wealth, over the issues of finance, over the issues of investment, over how you can improve your skills to be better in the area that you are working on. That in the area that you want to make money. If you are in agribusiness, how much time do you spend researching, understanding the intricacies of your business, the challenges that you are likely to face, and how best you can navigate? Let's talk of point 2. The poor people spend their money on liabilities. They spend money on liabilities. What is a liability? Kindly understand that anything you buy, anything you spend your money, and it is not generating an extra income, whether it is a house, or it is a car, or it is a TV set, or it is a fridge, or whatever, whether it is a phone, if it is not likely to generate an extra income to your life, whether it is your dressing, that asset or whatever property that you have bought is called a liability, because it is taking money out of you. An alternative is it is holding your money without making any profit. The rich, they spend their money on assets. Assets is any investment or any property or something that you buy or you bring on board to your life that will also help you create some extra income. You can buy an asset which is physical to help you create some extra income. When you get money, where do you spend it? And understand kindly that this works with the mentality, because the poor people have been socialized to believe that money that you get is meant to be spent. But the rich believe differently. They believe that the money that you receive is meant to be invested so that tomorrow in the future you will have easier time, free time to do your work, to take your family out, to have time with your family, because you have different lines of income into your life. So we have said that the poor, they spend their money on liabilities. They buy a car, they continue paying a loan, they fuel that car, and they insure that car while that car is depreciating. So you are spending 50,000 to pay loan every month. You are spending 10,000 to insure your car, you are spending another 20K to fuel your car, and this car at the end of the year you can't sell it at the price that you bought it, but it has depreciated. It has cut, let's say, 30% of the original price. But if you bought, let's say, like the rich think, if you bought land and you build units or houses for rent, 1 year later they could be fetching for you rent, they could have appreciated in terms of value, and if you want to sell them, you might sell them 150% extra of the amount you bought it, or sometimes even twice, or sometimes even thrice, depending on the place and the circumstances. I want to encourage you. There is still hope. It doesn't matter your age, whether you are young, whether you are of my age now, or whether you have advanced in age to 60 or to 70. If you are still making some money, kindly invest it for your tomorrow. There is still hope. Do units of houses. Invest in stocks, something that will generate income for you. Some people believe that you only need to save money somewhere so that when you are in need, when you have an emergency, you can access it. That is a liability, because that is your resource that is bringing nothing into your life. Kindly understand that if you have some money somewhere, invest it where it can generate, even if it is a minimal income or interest on top of the capital. That will make you rich. That will make you walk with the rich. Because at some point it will give you freedom. You will find that you have invested enough money in different places, in houses, in stocks. You have put some businesses, and now you are free. You can walk. You can take a vacation. You go out. Oh my God. What if you did that? What if you decided that, no, my life must change? That I can't live on a salary. I have to live on my investments, the profits from my investments, the dividends from my stocks. When you are reading this novel, a big one like high school and university students, someone is writing a book so that you can read and you will pay for it. What is it that you do with your time? So I can conclude by saying this. Two major things that differentiate the poor from the rich. Two things. One, the poor, they waste their time. Number two, the poor, they spend their money on liabilities. And you can decide to change. You can say, from today I want to save my time, to increase my knowledge. I want to save my time to work on my business. I want to save my time to start a new business, rather than waste it on TV, on phone, on people, and on sleeping. Secondly, you can say, I want to minimize on buying things we call liabilities, and I want to save some amount every time, every month, towards my assets, so that in the future I could have other side incomes that will help you. I want to thank you, and I want to believe that by watching you are changing, because as you get knowledge, the purpose of knowledge, even as the Bible says, teach them that they may obey. May you obey, and once you obey, you will start to see your life changing. Your financial life will start to change, and eventually you will enter into the club of the millionaires and the billionaires. I want you to hit on my subscribe button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, wherever, and share this video widely. Make sure that you wait for the next video. It is mind-blowing. It is going to change your life forever. Be blessed and have a good time.